Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thanks again so much for joining me here. I hope you're having a great day, and thank you as well to my Cardano community for just being awesome supporters. Everyone's very positive in the comments, and there's really no trolls here, which is great, great stuff. And thanks again for the wonderful feedback from my community. We did actually trade Cardano here recently, took some nice healthy profits. First of all, got to celebrate BSV. Got 29%, may not seem like a lot, good little 4x leverage trade, but that trade was looking kind of dicey for a little while. Anyways, Cardano always looked good, 46%. 50% from ICP, and what is it, Near Protocol 52%. While we missed a small entry, or we missed it by a small margin, our entry on Bitcoin still ended up working out for a lot of our community. So super happy that's a favorable situation for you folks. So is Cardano going to break out? Is it going to stick where it's at here? Well, my speculation is we're going to see the price continue further up. I'll explain why. We got some nice candlestick patterns here forming. We've also got some liquidation starting to form just above the price action here at about 49 to 50 cents. Okay, so again, this isn't like a ton of liquidation, folks, but it's a lot more to the upside than the downside. And let's go ahead and zoom out to, I think on the monthly, if I recall correctly, there's still a heavy concentration between, once again, 49 and 53 cents. Okay, so again, a lot of shorts got destroyed here recently, but either way you look at it, still more liquidation to the upside than the downside if you kind of take the big picture. I'll talk about this candlestick pattern here forming as well in just a moment. A nice little bull flag, but let's go ahead and look at the daily first and work our way down. Oh, and before we get started too, thanks again so much for liking the video. Deeply appreciate if you could do that for me every time you watch the videos, just so we can get this in front of more people who deserve it. I get the feedback a lot from people saying, hey, it's unfortunate you don't get as many views as the next guy, and you're tremendously better, so I deeply appreciate that. I just like to be unbiased and thorough, so it's important to look at things kind of abstractly and make sure that you're not attaching yourself sentimentally to a coin, because I know it's okay if you love this coin and it has fantastic fundamentals, but that means very little in trading typically from day to day. Either way, okay, so moving on here, let's take a quick look. We're getting close to the 50-day SMA. We got to recognize that's going to be a potential resistance. So we might need to build more volume at this level. We've got some volume, but really not a whole heck of a lot. We'll look at that in smaller time frames, but the key takeaway here is that we're over the 20-day SMA, we're starting to trend positively, and this is a fairly decent scenario here overall. In other words, we are over 50 on the RSI, super huge, that's the case. Money flow index has been high for a while, which leads me to believe there's a lot of sustainability because more money is flowing into this coin in the last 14 days of trading. We can also see here MACD is converging. Really a lot of reasons why Cardano is going to probably continue further up. Okay? Again, more so just from an overall volume perspective, because again, this isn't like a tremendous amount of volume, don't get it wrong. This is not huge, but it's averaging more than it was previous, and that shows sustainability. Okay? That's why money flow index is an important indicator that you need to make sure that you're using, or just in general understanding how volume works with trading. This is awesome stuff. Look at this, stochastic swinging down, RSI staying high. That's a very, very good sign. It implies the price action isn't going anywhere anytime soon, and it's more likely to explode to the upside based on the simple fact that we're averaging ourselves out here, and that cooling off period of stochastic RSI is getting to this convergence type of place in the lower level here. Generally speaking, when we see a convergence on stochastic RSI, the price is likely to shoot up. Okay. Now again, it's not a guarantee. The price shot up right here when stochastic was already high. That's a different story. But when it's low and RSI is high and the price action maintains itself, and it's also working within some pretty nice margins, that's a different story altogether. We can also see the price action staying above the 20-day SMA and all other moving averages in the 4-hour. This is a very, very good 4-hour time frame, minus MACD diverging. However, it's very common to see MACD MACD FU. That's what I call it. Basically, MACD says FU, and the price turns itself around. Okay, because again, you never want to use MACD as a sole indicator, but it is something that's important to recognize. That it's a helpful indicator in the big picture, but I don't necessarily use it primarily. It's just a small contributing factor in the big picture. Okay. What is a contributing factor here, though, is this potential for breakout. And here's the reason why I think we will see a breakout for Cardano soon. First of all, we've seen our ABC pattern, or sorry, correction, previous ABC pattern. We've got our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've hit a higher high, higher low, higher high, and now a higher low. It's not to say the price couldn't go lower, right? It still can. And once more, if we were to kind of talk about that, the lowest it should go here, but while still maintaining this pattern, is this 0.618 fib level, which would make sense too at 47 cents. So one of two scenarios exist. We're either going to break out and take off from here, or we're going to leg down once more to like the 47-cent range and effectively complete the 1 through 5 Elliott wave pattern. those two scenarios exist concurrently at this point. I prefer to look at this here, of course, but that's, kind of putting your blinders on. However, the reason why this is important to recognize because everything else is contributing. Like literally every time frame minus the MACD that we just discussed is telling us that the price wants to continue higher. If we take a look at this here as well, we can see we're having a lot of volume at this range. So this could be a potential resistance if the price cannot break through that. Once again, it's a low volume weekend or lowish volume weekend. You got to recognize we may not see this kind of breakout until Monday or Tuesday. And again, if Bitcoin pulls back pretty hard to that 0.618 fib level at what, 65,400, then we could very well see somewhere along the lines of this price action here pull back as well. So I would say if Bitcoin just maintains itself, we're going to see the price action stay where it's at and go higher. If Bitcoin pulls back early next week, we'll probably see something along these lines here. Either way you look at it, they're all favorable. Minus, you got to keep in mind, this is another scenario here. We got the lagging span kind of intersecting the price action, letting you know to secure profits if you can. Okay, so future reference, even though it looks like it's going to break out, I would recommend securing profits like we have as a community here. We've secured 2 profit targets for Cardano, and we're letting the rest ride. Okay. Again, if you're not securing profits, what are you doing, folks? You're not trading. You're just kind of gambling and wandering aimlessly. You got to set a goal and set a target every time you take a trade. You don't do that, you're doing yourself a disservice. Okay. Again, you treat this like a job or a business, and you'll get those kind of returns. But if you kind of just casually stroll through life and you just casually do things with trading, you're going to casually get results, and they're not going to be the favorable ones you want. By the way, anyways, I teach all that at my trading university. Be sure to attend. Link down below, cryptocache.tech. Otherwise, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching. Do me a favor as well. Make sure you like the video before you leave. Absolutely appreciate that. And do yourself a favor. Trade BitUnix. Phenomenal exchange, low fees, excellent rewards. Use my link to register, and no KYC or VPN. It's our preferred exchange for our community. Thanks again so much for your time, folks. We'll see you in the next one. Have a great rest of your day.